Talking about the B, where we want to go, what else do you think gets in the way of getting clarity on that?
Yeah, I think there's a couple of things. One is fear of failure. Like, what if I choose something big and I just never get there? Like, can I live with that disappointment?
So you don't even give yourself the chance to think about it?
Yeah.
Like to even go there
to really
mentally.
think about it.
Yeah.
Because it's like getting my hopes up and having them dashed.
Yeah. Before even doing anything.
Yeah. And then I think for a smaller percentage of women, it's actually fear of success. Because a lot of women are equating success with a lot of responsibility. And so it means, oh my gosh, like I feel overwhelmed now. I feel like there's such a weight on my shoulders. I feel like my legs and arms, head's getting all pulled in different directions. If I have all this success that can enable me to live like that, that must feel like complete pull apart of everything.
Yeah, how would I handle that?
Yeah, that must be a massive weight on my shoulders.
Yeah.
And
it's like the more money, more problems story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it really is that. And then I think there's also a, who am I to want more?
Yes, because then that comes back to the whole, oh, is that selfish? Are you not grateful for where you're at and what you have?
Yeah, and I know for
and worthiness.
Well, yeah, and I know for myself, it took me a while to dig up one of my deeper beliefs, which was, if I have more, someone else must have less. It's like I thought it was a zero-sum game, and that all the resources in the world are finite, but they're not, they're infinite. And there's more than enough to go around, right? So I had to really shift my story from, if I have more, someone has less, to know if I have more, I can give more, do more, make more difference. And that's when I started to be able to move from A to B. So I think what stops us getting clear on A and getting clear on B and creating that space and the impetus to move is really different for each of us. And the only way to figure that out is to get to know ourselves, to really get to know ourselves. And then the answers come, and then there's a pathway. But what's on the pathway?
This is probably what we need to talk about, is what's actually between A and B. What can it actually look like? How can you actually change that story? Well, then it makes sense to go that path. Because there is always everything's made up. Until it's done, you've made it up. So me starting the process, I can't possibly know what it's going to feel like or what it's going to take.
No.
But why do we think, oh, it's going to take so much time. It's going to take so much of my effort. I'm not going to be able to see my kids. I already am too busy. How am I possibly going to be able to do that? But hold on, you didn't even know what the path actually looks like. It's like we've got this assumption and we're already putting the obstacle in the way.
Yeah, it's perceived pain, right? We think all these painful things are between our A and our B, but we actually are. We're just making up stories.
We're making it up. So why not make up a good one?
Yeah.
Like, why not make up, hey, this could be fun. This could be interesting. Oh, I could learn a lot here. What if I make all this money and wow, what could I do with it? Like, what if it was a whole different helpful belief system and meaning-making system? Because our brain is just a meaning-making machine.
I love that. And real talk, truth, facts are what's between A and B is knowledge, skills, and experience.
Yeah.
Because if we already knew how to get to B, we would be there. But there's something we don't know. There's something we need to learn. And this gets me really excited because humans have the biggest brains. We've got the big brains.
Yeah.
And we can learn anything, and we have a world full of evidence to support that, right? So when I first went to university, I didn't know what an arm bone was called. 4 years later, I can crack your neck and you're still alive. And so we can learn anything.
Yeah.
And knowing that, it's like, okay, so what do I need to learn to go from A to B?
But I think that's it just there. We need to ask, okay, what do I need to learn next? It's the willingness to ask that question and go that path. Because there's, hey, this is what I want next. Okay, what do I need to learn next to do that? They're two very different things.